dreams I've overseen. Now I wait for one below me to arise and intervene. From the churches and the chapels came the ones we must pursue. And though I long to be unshackled, I shall see my burden through. Can you hear the choir sing? Hail the satellites. Watch the end of everything on this longest night. 1,000 eyes open inside to grant me sight to see the end. 1,000 eyes, the curse of the wise, into the madness I descend. From my final perch I ponder on the infinite and vast. In the blindness I still wander, though my time has almost passed. There are things I long to teach you in my institution's creeds, looking just behind the corners of our own realities. Can you hear the choir sing? Horses fill the spires. Hymns of one still echoing, prayers on the lips of liars. 1,000 eyes open inside, you grant me sight to see the end. 1,000 eyes, the curse of the wise, into the madness I descend. 1,000 eyes open inside, you grant me sight to see the end. The more I behold, the further I fold, down to the madness I descend. And the chords quicker melodies, in the deafening dirges arise. And the ones who would never be, behold the end when 1,000 die. Their blood will guide your way. Look to the inside to break the seal. Weed out the dark decay. Ascend to places beyond the veil. Their blood will guide your way. Look to the inside to break the seal. Bleed out the dark decay. Ascend to places beyond the
Why, hello. We all know what's going to go happen out here. And look at Quark. He's fucking scared out of his goddamn mind. Rocktopus is down, though. And we already got a little fucking crier in the background here. Anyways, yeah, let's just fucking get with it. We're watching Chilling Scares. We're on one of our favorite channels, Chilling Scares here. And this one's, I think their latest one. Were these paranormal ghosts even real?
Growing up, I saw a lot of very popular ghost videos on YouTube, some of them with tens of millions of views that I used to think were real. Looking back at these videos now, I can see them in a much different light, so I thought it would be fun to look back at some of the most popular ones that you've likely seen before if you've been on this side of YouTube for even a short amount of time. Girls see ghost and run. In 2012, a video titled Girls See Ghost and Run was uploaded to YouTube by user Angel Ruiz. In the video, two girls sit at their dinner table while a woman who we can reasonably assume is their mother starts recording them as they eat.
Yeah.
What? Don't scare me.
What?
I'm scared. It's okay.
I just turned off the lights, that's all.
A few seconds into the video, one of the girls peers into the dark hallway behind them and becomes visibly disturbed by something she sees. Seconds later, the other girl turns her head, and when she doesn't see anything, she makes fun of her sister for getting scared and even tries to scare her to rub it in.
What was that?
Ah, if I lean back like that. That's cute.
About a minute into the video, the first girl decides that she's had enough and starts crying, running into her mother's arms to hide from whatever she saw in the hallway. At first, the other girl remains calmly at the table, but when she turns her head to look into the hallway again, she gets even more spooked than her sister.
Nani, are you almost done eating? Look at me. Turn around, turn around, turn around. But you gotta listen to me. Turn around, look at me. What's the matter?
No, all right then. Hi, Seth. Well, all right then.
There's a family in our driveway.
Even though
I'll look
seconds
into pay
earlier
for
she was
YouTube,
laughing
so
at
we
her
ain't got
sister for
ads.
apparently being scared of nothing, the other girl also starts screaming after presumably seeing the same thing as her sister did. Toward the end of the video, the girl's mother can be
Stop.
heard laughing as her kids cry in her arms, which is honestly a little confusing considering the circumstances. Since the video was uploaded in 2012, it's received more than 1.5 million views, mostly popularized by the paranormal YouTube channel Nuke's Top 5 in 2018, where the video was featured in the channel's most popular video. As the disturbing footage started gaining more attention, a lot of people started coming up with theories to explain what the girls saw, with many people alleging that the girls had seen a ghost. Around that time, the video also started being used in a bunch of top 5 scary compilations everywhere online, which added more fuel to the fire.
No, come on.
But despite
Lay
the
down.
heap of paranormal
Love you
theories
too,
that got
Loki.
thrown
Go on.
around for years, there are some very clear indications
Go lay
that this
down,
video
buddy.
is fake. I'm not saying the girls didn't see anything in the hallway behind the kitchen, because they obviously did, but it's more than obvious that whatever they did see wasn't paranormal at all. For starters, it's already pretty suspicious that the girl's mom started recording right before the instant, which suggests she knew exactly what was about to happen and wanted to make sure she caught it on camera.
She got the
Strangely,
kid
the mother
staged.
also appears to be laughing throughout the whole thing, even though her children seem extremely distressed. I honestly think that's pretty messed up regardless of her motive, but the only thing that could explain a reaction like that is if she was in on the whole thing. Also, when the mom asks the first girl what she's afraid of, the girl responds, Angel.
What, Nani? Look at me. What are you scared of? The fish? Oh, the fish died.
What?
Angel's sleeping already.
From the video alone, it's hard to tell who exactly Angel is, but we can guess that it's probably either the girl's older sister or their dad. Because the video was uploaded on the night of Halloween in 2012, it's likely that this was just a Halloween prank where this angel person dressed up in a ghost costume and scared the girls in the dark hallway. This seems even more likely when you look at the description of the video, which reads, "Girl makes fun of friend for getting scared and crying until she sees it herself. Funny." Why else would they include the word funny? On top of that, if you look at the YouTube tags that the video was uploaded with, they read Halloween, ghost, pranks, girls, scary. Halloween and pranks especially being some clear indicators of what this video is really about.
Right.
Overall, everything seems to indicate that this was just a Halloween prank played on a couple of unsuspecting girls, and from their reaction, it looks like the parents got exactly what they wanted. Ghost caught on camera. On October 2nd, 2017, a video titled Ghost Caught on Camera was uploaded to
Deer
the channel
Park
Deer Park
CBS.
CBS. Since then, it's racked up over 20 million views, which is insane. The video in question shows supposed security camera footage of the inside of a Christian school in Ireland at about 3 a.m.
Okay. I mean, 3 a.m. is the witching hour, so. Do we. Oh. It's Angie. That's pretty good. That's all fishing line.
A few seconds into the video, doors and lockers randomly start opening and rocking, and wet floor signs start flying everywhere. At first glance, this video seems pretty convincing, and it's understandable why it got over 20 million views. But after looking at the video a couple of times, there are a bunch of red flags that come up that give it away as a clear fake. I mean, how convenient is it that the lockers that move by the supposed ghost are located right in front of an open window that someone could easily stick their hands through and just rock with their hands?
Right.
As for the rest of the events that the camera recorded, pretty much every single one of them is easy to pull off with a piece of black string. In fact, if you zoom into the wet floor sign when it goes flying, you can see what appears to be a black thread tied to the upper right-hand corner. What's even more of a giveaway is the fact that the camera that recorded the whole thing was placed at the same height as the picture frames on the adjacent wall. I have honestly never seen security camera footage from that low of a vantage point, and if you look down the hallway, you'll see one of the school's real security cameras placed a few feet higher at a normal height. This suggests this camera was probably mounted on a tripod or a ladder of some sort to stage the video. The comments in the video were also turned off, which says to me the uploader didn't want anyone calling out their hoax so they could milk the public's attention as long as possible. After doing a bit of research on the channel, I also noticed that this wasn't the first time Deer Park Christian Brothers School tried to go viral on YouTube. In 2016, a video was uploaded to the channel where the students at the school performed the mannequin challenge, which was big at that time. Not only is this video a clear indication that the school had been trying to get itself on the map for a while, but it was also helpful in seeing the layout of the school. If you pause the mannequin challenge video at about 1 minute and 45 seconds in, you'll see that this is a pretty similar layout to the floor that was captured in the alleged ghost video. And the window shown is very similar to the one in the video that the locker was sitting in front of. This is pretty much definitive proof that the lockers were placed right in front of an open window, which would make it extremely easy for someone to rocket back and forth from the outside without being seen by the camera. Overall, it's pretty safe to say that despite the massive amount of attention and media coverage this video got, it is very clearly a hoax.
Nice TCG player ads are really coming in.
Ghost screaming in haunted hotel. In September 2012, a video was uploaded to YouTube titled Ghost Screaming in Haunted Hotel Full Length. In the video description, the uploader claims that the footage was submitted by the hotel security manager who was allegedly standing watch at a Wingate hotel in Illinois on September 14, 2003. To give viewers more context, the uploader also mentions that, according to the security manager, several guests had called the front desk that night complaining that there were loud screaming noises coming from room 209. According to the uploader, several people over the years have also complained about strange noises coming from that same room, but there's not much information online to support this claim. As for the video itself, the hotel security camera footage shows John, a supposed employee at Wingate Hotel, responding to the noise complaints as he communicates with the security manager, who gives him updates on the situation via radio and guides him to room 209.
John's gonna enter the room real quick just to check, make sure, see what's going on.
Even though the security manager explicitly tells John to wait for the cops, he goes into the room to investigate with his flashlight anyway. A few seconds later, some sort of white mist appears to exit the room. After John leaves the room, he reports to the security manager that the room had pretty much been torn apart, even though there's nobody inside. After the video was uploaded, thousands of people jumped in the comments section to claim that the footage showed a real ghost encounter. But despite the 13 million views, the video has a few red flags. To start off, at around 13 seconds in the video, the camera inside the elevator shakes way more than a normal elevator security camera should, suggesting that it was probably mounted on a tripod. Throughout the whole video, the color of the footage is not at all common for a regular hotel security camera, meaning that the footage was probably edited after the fact to make it look more creepy. What's more, this kind of high-definition security footage is hard to find nowadays in 2024, and it would have been pretty much impossible to acquire in 2003, especially from a 3-star hotel like the Wingate. Also, there's no way that massive indoor swimming pool with the high ceiling that's shown in the footage at around the 12-second mark actually belongs to the Wingate hotel that's supposedly being shown in the footage. If you look at pictures of every Wingate hotel in Illinois, none of the pools look like that, as they're all quite a bit smaller than the one shown in the footage. Now, as for John, the alleged hotel employee, it honestly seems a bit suspicious that he would enter a room where he knows there's something messed up going down and not even bother to turn on the lights. As for the white mist that exits the room after he enters, it literally could not look more fabricated, and honestly the video would have probably looked more authentic if they had just left that part out. All this should probably be enough to put this to rest as an obviously fake video, but as if all that weren't enough, if you look at the video description, it says, "For licensing rights, please contact us at www.blackwellghost.com. And I was able to find that The Blackwell Ghost is a film series produced by a filmmaker named Turner Clay. At the end of the film, special thanks are given in the credits to JimmyNut22, which is the name of the YouTube channel that uploaded the video. He's thanked for the use of the hotel video, as the story about Room 209 served as the inspiration for the Blackwell Ghost film series. And if you look at Turner Clay's IMDb profile, you'll find that there's an alternative name for him that's listed in his personal details, and as you might have guessed, it's JimmyNut22. On dozens of blogs all around the internet, it's pretty much been confirmed that the voice of the hotel security manager in the video is actually the voice of Turner Clay. In the YouTube video, you'll also find that the Blackwell Ghost film series is being promoted below the description, which makes it pretty clear that the entire video is probably just made and promoted as real to bring more attention to the Blackwell Ghost series. On JimmyNut22's YouTube channel, you'll find a bunch of videos and trailers promoting the Blackwell Ghost, also confirming the theory that this was a marketing stunt that a lot of people just ended up taking seriously. With over 13.5 million views as of today, it's safe to say that the promotion was by all accounts successful.
Yeah, they did the Blair Witch thing.
What is this place?
Blair Witch had like one of the best. That's actually looks pretty good.
Be your
Boy in the
guide.
Hand. Anyways,
Manchester.
Yeah, like the Blair Witch Project movie, when they went to go to advertise and stuff like that, they were actually just posting up like missing person like flyers and shit like that. Have you seen this person or whatever? And it was all like the actors and shit, and it was pretty crazy. It worked really well. It was really clever.
Poltergeist caught on CCTV. In November 2012, the channel Southport TV uploaded a video titled "News: Manchester Poltergeist Caught on CCTV." In it, security camera footage shows an office building being trashed at around 3 a.m., even though there doesn't seem to be anyone inside the building. In the video description, the uploaders allege that this is the actual unedited footage that the security guards at the Castle Field House on Liverpool Road in Manchester came across the next day. But if this was really caught on CCTV at 3 a.m. in a deserted office building, why are all the lights on? And why does the footage have this strange, unnatural green tint that makes it more than obvious that it was edited? There is literally no CCTV footage in the world that looks like that with no editing.
No.
Throughout the whole video, one of the things that gets the most attention is the door handles that are being moved up and down. But whoever made this video clearly didn't think about how obvious it is that the door handles are clearly being shaken and moved from the inside, not from some sort of invisible entity on the outside. Also, it's all too common for people who make paranormal hoax videos to use moving chairs as support for their claims, and the main reason for that is that pulling a chair with a black string and making it seem as if it's moving on its own is one of the easiest gags to pull off.
Yeah.
If you look closely, all of the chairs move in an almost perfectly straight line, which is a dead giveaway that they're being pulled by some sort of string. The same goes for the slamming doors and the opening and shutting cabinets that make the papers go flying all over the place. Finally, one of the most obvious signs that this was fabricated was the static that repeatedly appears on the computer monitors. The uploaders don't seem to account for the fact that computers don't even produce static. Overall, despite the millions of views it got, there are just too many different indications that this video is fake.
There you go. Go give him a like, guys. Chilling scares.
In 2015, a Reddit account was created under the name Skinna555. The same day it was created, the account uploaded a post titled, "Took a Snapchat for my friends. Something is in the background that has me freaking out." The account looks to have been created solely for the purpose to upload the post, seeing that they were done on the same day. The post itself contains photos and videos taken on Snapchat, but first the user gives some backstory. He starts by clarifying how he and his partner had purchased a house that wasn't yet fully constructed. Needing somewhere to stay while that was being done, and wanting to save cash, they moved back into his childhood home with his parents for the time being. Now, his parents had 3 Australian native birds. Some of his friends knew this and were asking him to send videos of what they looked like, what their names were, etc. Instead of responding to everyone, he decided to post the birds on his Snapchat story. He took 3 videos, one after the other for each of the 3 birds. These are those videos.
So the first one of my parents' little birds is this little guy. It is little Leo. He's a cockatiel. Second little bird of my parents is a rainbow lorikeet. His name is Oliver. And there he is. And here I am with my good little mate, Puffin.
He posted these videos without worrying about any retakes or what they looked like. He didn't even really look over them before uploading them to his story. 15 minutes went by when he received a text message about the videos from one of his good, but not great friends. It read, "You bearded beast, those birds are mad. By the way, what was that in the window behind you in the last one?" Having no idea what he was talking about, he went back and rewatched the last video he posted. It wasn't until the 3rd or 4th rewatch when he finally saw what his friend was talking about.
Good Lord. Oh. Oh, what is this? What is it? We're gonna watch this one.
Nothing lasts forever.
Oh, Jesus. Coming soon to PC. Oh my. Okay. Okay. Let's go.
I thought you were dead.
Reanimal. Okay.
Here I am.
Hold on, guys. Okay. There we go. Yep. I knew that looked familiar. Must have seen that a while ago. Coming soon. Let's watch that again. That was fucking crazy. That thing made a fucking sound. Ooh. Ooh,
Nothing
yeah.
lasts forever. I thought you were dead.
Okay. It looks very similar to Little Nightmares. I'm down. Feel free to friend me on Steam. All right, let's get back to our show here.
With my good little mate. Puffin.
Over his shoulder in the back, behind a screen door, it almost looks like someone looking in with their hands cupped against the door, like they're trying to better see inside. Although, considering the poor quality of the Snapchat video, it's hard to tell. But clearly something is there. A few people who saw the post tried giving the video different effects to try and enhance it. This only went on to further prove that something or someone was really there. One person tried isolating the figure, and this is what they came up with.
And here I am with my good little mate. Puffin.
Digging deeper, a few people started to notice that the person must have just then showed up. In the first video, the same screen door is shown in the background, but no figure can be seen. In an edit to the post, the Redditor explains how the 3 videos were shot back to back, with maybe 10 seconds between each. This means that at some point in the few seconds between the filming of the first and third video, the figure goes up to the door. Something else of note is the Redditor was home alone at the time he had taken these videos. The door the figure is looking in from leads to the backyard, which is only accessible by a single gate that's kept locked. A few commenters pointed out that it could have simply been a reflection, but in another edit, the Redditor mentioned how there was no glass in front of the figure. The only thing between the backyard and the inside of the house was a fly screen sliding door, meaning there's almost no way it could have been a reflection. Included in the post were a couple follow-up videos to show this.
So this is the door. And that's the screen.
Huh. Must be fucking
Perhaps
nice
one of the
out.
most disturbing parts of the Reddit post is where he explains exactly why the video freaks him out so much. When he was a kid living in the same house, he used to get episodes of sleep paralysis around once a month. He would wake up in the middle of the night completely paralyzed, with the sense that someone was in his bedroom with him, which is pretty common for those that get sleep paralysis. He recalls going to a child psychologist, which actually did help until roughly age 14, where the episodes started coming back. However, this time he would occasionally hear and see things, which again is common for people that get sleep paralysis. The things he heard was nothing more than thumps and creaks, but rather it was what he saw that he remembered. Very rarely he would see a man looking in his bedroom window holding up his hands to the glass, just like the figure in the video. This left him to wonder whether what he saw when he was a kid was his mind imagining it during sleep paralysis, or an actual real person. For the next few days, the Skin of 555 Reddit account went silent. But shortly after came a follow-up post, this one containing more Snapchat videos.
Peacock
The Redditor
smashes
starts the
and
follow-up
subscribe.
post by giving a summary of the last few days. He said he showed the video to his partner, and the both of them concluded that it really could have been anything. The video was too low quality to immediately assume that it was someone looking inside the house from the backyard. Realistically, it could have just been an animal for all they knew, like a deer. Even still, the Redditor explained that for the next few days he would always carry a fully charged, repurposed old phone to use as a camera if needed. Throughout those days, nothing happened except for the occasional outside motion sensor light turning on, which the Redditor admitted to not knowing if this was abnormal or if he was just being hypersensitive. Finally, a night would come where he would again be home alone. His parents were out for the night and his partner was out working. He was playing games on Steam with some friends. This went on for a couple hours, when around 10:15 p.m. he started hearing relatively loud banging sounds, loud enough to be heard over the headset he had on. They were coming from outside the screen door, and he described them as sounding like something scraping or banging around on the back pavement. He slowly took off his headphones and pulled out his phone to record as he searched the house.
Oh yeah, I hear it. Where's this guy located at? Holy shit.
Immediately
No,
from the
there's
start
something
of
in
the
that
video,
corner
the
that he
sounds
went and looked
referenced
back
can
to
be
the
heard.
last.
The only easy way to get in the backyard was down the left side of the house, so he proceeds to look out one of the windows that shows that side. Something loud then occurs from outside on the opposite end of the house near the kitchen window. He walks over there and turns on the kitchen light while filming out the window.
Yeah, but right behind him is where it's
He
at
doesn't
right
say
now.
anything, so he stops recording. He mentions how he didn't call the police in that moment. With that, he posts the update. People immediately started making edits to the video, trying to see if it actually captured someone outside. Reddit user Abel Carbon made a reply to the post, claiming that the video didn't show someone outside the house, but that it did show someone inside the house. He made lighting edits to the very start of the video where the Redditor walks through the living room. He then compared this to the end of the video,
I thought I
showing
saw
the
someone
exact
right
same
there to the
spot in
left of the
living
table
room.
too. Oh yeah, I was right.
A person is shown inside the house, and not only that, but they had to have been moving around it while the video was being filmed. They're in the corner of the living room at the start of the video, but not at the end. The Redditor responded to this comment almost immediately. "I'm going to pack a bag and get us out of here now. I don't feel comfortable staying here. Just showed my partner she feels the same. We're both horrified. I'll update the post and go. I'll try to reply to comments on my phone. I'll come back tomorrow and get this for the police." The next morning, they returned to the house with police. They showed police the evidence, and they then searched the entire property. He then said this about what the police discovered. "Nothing has been stolen from the house that we can see, and the birds are fine. The police don't want me talking too much about everything, not sure if Reddit counts, but they believe a two-man team tried to rob my parents while they were away. When one got in and realized I was home, his buddy tried to make noise to lure me outside, and when it didn't work, he slipped out. My problem with this theory is that all doors and windows were locked from the inside when they came. So how did these guys get in? The cops think maybe the one guy came in through the roof. This would mean that whoever slipped out behind me towards the end of my video had to slowly walk up the stairs to go into my parents' room and climb into my roof, all while I was right under them. I'm still freaking out. My first set of videos with this one is leaving me in tatters." He ended the
Holy
post
shit.
by saying how they would be staying at a friend's house for the rest of the week. The intruders were never identified by police. The only known footage of them is in these Snapchat videos.
Calm down, Loki. Yeah, fuck all that. Dude, you just go leave it there? Alright, that's fair. I'm gonna give that one a like for sure. That was fucking crazy.
This first finding was made by hiker James Rankin in early October of 2016. James had been hiking in Berkeley-Jackson County Park when he came across an old campsite. But disturbingly, all around the campsite were multiple different missing person posters taped onto trees.
Whoa, Loki, dude,
The
you need to
posters
calm down.
themselves were completely real, featuring real missing people across different US states.
Go on, Loki.
Upon his discovery, James would quickly start
Loki,
recording.
go.
Okay, we're deep in the woods.
Go.
Sort of, we're like on the border,
Go
because
on.
like there's a side of the woods where there's people's houses. But I came to a trail that led to a trail that led to a trail, up the hill. But I saw what looked like a fire pit. Now remember, we're still in the woods. We're still in the woods, right? I don't know what this is. Do you see the trees? Look at the white. Okay. I was like, okay, these are probably no trespassing signs, or maybe it's something for the wildlife or something. Look what these are.
Oh shit. Missing persons. Oh fuck. Different missing
What
persons.
the is going on in here? This is Utah.
My ear all of a
Florida.
sudden started hurting.
They're all different. They're all different. Every single one. This one's
That's a
from
hell of a prank to pull on
Georgia.
someone.
And look at it.
Hope you guys don't mind, but I'm gonna have me a
Look
taco.
where the we are. Who the does something like this? And we got this one. And it's obviously these, you can tell, these aren't new. Like, not just that this is 2012, Noblesville, Indiana, right? Look at the tape, look at the water damage. These bits have been hanging up for a while. Let me just, look at that. And over here in the middle of the fire pit, that's a shovel.
James would ultimately report the finding to the police. Though, upon further investigation, police would write it off as someone's Halloween decorations. James, however, was not satisfied with this investigation. His discovery took place on October 3rd, and according to James, the posters themselves did not look like they were set up recently. Later that same year, James would return to the campsite, but this time be stopped by multiple no trespassing signs.
Okay, first of all, I am not violating any of these no trespassing signs. I'm simply not. I came here only to show you and get it on tape and leave. From here, we can see down there, that's the clearing. So anyway, what they've done, they printed out their own no trespassing signs. Homemade. I'm assuming these are all legally binding. I have no way of knowing, so I'm not taking any chances. You can see they attached them to the trees with ordinary masking tape. These aren't even laminated. This is posted, private property, no trespassing. Violators will be prosecuted. And we've got one there, one there, one there.
Because the police had already closed their investigation, this would pretty much mark the end of the whole situation. Back in 2013, a man named Phil Poling would upload this video to his YouTube channel. The video features Phil out late at night in his neighborhood, located in Mission, Oregon. Phil claimed to have heard strange noises echoing around outside his neighborhood only a few minutes prior, which is why he was outside in the first place. Once he reached a nearby forest that was only around 200 feet from his house, he would again hear the noises. And
Okay, so that's kind of like how I live, right? House, You cross the street, and it's like another house. You cross that street, and it's just fucking Kansas for like 20 miles. Actually, that's kind of how it is every direction from my house. I live out in the fucking middle of nowhere, so that's crazy.
This is where he started recording.
January 21st, about 11 p.m. I'm a couple hundred feet from my house, and you hear it going off in the background right now. Kind of sounds weird. Kind of sounds doggish, hyena-ish. I mean, that almost sounds like laughter.
So, like, Oregon. I don't know if there's like bobcats or stuff in Oregon, but there's something. What do you want?
It finally showed up.
Oh, okay. Hop in. Okay. I'll keep it positive till you get on. Yeah, this one's actually pretty cool.
Yeah.
This one's had a couple bangers already. Well, here in Kansas, we have mountain lions. And they sound like ladies in distress when they're like yelling or screaming or whatever. So, yeah. Imagine running into that trap. Maybe that's like something Morgan's got. Who knows?
It's actually...
We'll wait for Jess again. She wants to watch this.
gotten closer since it started. It's probably only 200 feet, 300 feet from me right now.
The recording of noises continued for a while longer, until the sounds of gunshots can be heard echoing from the forest.
Oh, shit.
I think that was a gunshot.
Oh, shit.
Multiple people in the community itself had claimed to have been hearing similar noises for the last 2 months or so leading up to the recording. But just what exactly was making the noises is still unclear. This video features the GoPro footage of 2 dirt bikers riding on a remote path in the forest. Throughout the video, the bikers can be seen going at extreme speeds, but doing this would quickly prove to become almost deadly. As the bikers continued on the path, they were unexpectedly met with a steel cable strung across 2 trees at perfect neck level for oncoming bikers.
Fuck all that.
At
What
a
the
fast enough
fuck?
speed, this trap could no doubt take the lives of anyone riding through that didn't see it.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Fortunately, however, the biker in the front did see it and was able to react quick enough to avoid it.
I think I actually seen this from the other view. Yeah. Yeah. And he looks over and his friend's down too. Yeah. We just watched something like this the other night. Yep. Takes it down. Like, holy shit. Fuck all of that, man. Kind of fucking horse shit.
The bikers would actually debate whether or not to stay and wait for the person who set up the trap to come back, but they would end up deciding against this. It's still unknown who's responsible. Mark Andre was a man who devoted his career to exploring the vast woods of Northern California. He worked as his town's environmental service director, so it was quite literally his job to spend time in the woods. In February of 2018, he had been tasked with marking trees, and while he was doing so deep in the woods, he would come across some makeshift cabin, which, considering the extreme remoteness of the area he was in, made the discovery highly abnormal. Mark would of course get a closer look at the structure. The thing was only around 8 by 12 feet wide and 15 feet tall.
It's a little shack.
There was a lock on the shack's only entrance, and from the outside, there was no real evidence anyone was there. Still, disturbed by the finding, Mark would head back to get professional assistance. The next few days would consist of multiple attempts to contact the owner of the shack, but all of them ultimately failing. So, finally, upon revisiting the structure, the men would break open the lock to the front door. They would find a space that was clearly being lived in, or at the very least had been lived in recently. The shack had its own furniture, a pot-bellied stove, a small library, and even a typewriter. Jars and cans of food filled the shelves. However, in spite of all this, the search resulted in no further identification of the actual owner. Because the shack was illegally constructed, the men ultimately had no other choice but to leave an eviction notice on the front door before leaving. A few days later, the authorities returned to see out the contract, but there was nothing there. The makeshift cabin was completely gone. Whoever the owner was had deconstructed it, with literally the only thing left behind being an international squatter symbol made from charcoal. Many theorized the owner was wanted by authorities, and was therefore living completely alone in the forest, evading any contact with other people. But whether or not this is even close to true is still up for debate. To this day, the real owner of the shack is still unidentified.
This is our destiny. You, me. Question is...
This video was captured on an early morning in the middle of December. It takes place in Canada and features some disturbing noise echoing throughout the forest. It's not clear what the noise is. Many frequent hunters would report to have never heard anything even remotely similar.
What that is?
Looks like someone's sitting out there, though.
Scary shit.
Yeah, you hear all kinds of weird shit in the wild. It's fucking Wendigo or some shit.
One comment suggested the noise could have been a wolf that was either trapped or left behind by its pack. It's also possible it was another animal, such as an elk or possibly a bull moose, although none of these theories have been confirmed. YouTube user Rainey Schuler would upload this video to YouTube in 2013. The video's footage is from multiple security cameras Rainey would set up around his house, which was in an isolated area of the Rocky Mountains. The whole idea behind the cameras was to capture the footage of the different wildlife around his property, to then upload to YouTube. But on September 13, the cameras around his house would catch something completely out of the ordinary. You can see as a woman walks out from the complete darkness of the woods.
Meth's a hell of a drug.
Some believe the woman was lost, or that her car had broken down nearby. But that doesn't explain her general careless mannerism as she aimlessly walks around the property. And a while later, the woman can be seen walking right back into the forest. After that night, the house owner would never see this woman again.
Huh. Fucked up fucking walking around. Alright. We'll give that one a like. That one was pretty awesome. All right, we're moving on to Bizarre Bub. Now we're doing something different. Bizarre Bub is that we are doing their first scary comp, their second, and their third. So I had to scroll all the way to the bottom. And it's just when they started doing the scary comps, which wasn't too far up, I don't think. Yeah, here it is. Right, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, 16, 20, 24, 28, 32, 35. So 36th video was the scary cops. And then from there on, it's just all scary cops. They caught on with what they were wanting to do. They did a hell of a lot quicker than I did.
In the following video, we see someone recording the inside of their house. Then, the person recording says that she hears something outside. In the following video, we see someone recording the inside of their house. Then, the person recording says that she hears something outside. Immediately after saying this, the following happens.
Your window. What is that, bro? Dad! 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 I think there's something attacking Shadow. Did you hear that, bro? Oh my god.
Right when she came out, she heard sirens. Not much info is given on the video, but it could be that the police were searching for someone who may have been outside her house. Of course, what are your thoughts? Kelsey Flynn was shopping for a dress as she was chosen to be a bridesmaid for an upcoming wedding. She came across a store that had a really nice dress, which is the one you see in this photo. She tried it on and sent this photo to her sister, who approved it and said that it was a really pretty dress. But she also added that there was something odd about the photo. In fact, she said that it was cursed and must be deleted. Kelsey had no idea what she was talking about until she looked at the background and noticed this. Her face in the mirror doesn't match the face she made for the photo. Kelsey was in shock and at a loss for words, which is the same reaction I and others had after seeing this. As always, what are your thoughts on this? If you've seen the movie Signs, then prepare to be triggered, because the following clip is very similar to that one scene that I'm sure everyone remembers. This photo was taken in 2010 at a Christmas concert.
Shit, what the
parents
fuck?
who took it didn't notice anything odd about it until their son pointed this out in the background. Now that's creepy. On April 3rd at 1:10 p.m., someone received a very mysterious voicemail. The person who received it says that it was sent from France, which is weird since he lives in Canada and doesn't know anyone from there. Here's a clip of that voicemail.
You have no new messages. To listen, press 1. To mod, you have one saved message. To delete the message, press.
There's a trend happening right now on TikTok where people are recording themselves playing a game called Red Door, Yellow Door. And honestly, some of these videos are pretty creepy. The point of the game is to put yourself under hypnosis with the help of someone else so that you can see or visualize a room filled with doors. You can open any of these doors. However, you have to be careful to not open certain doors. If you open a door and you see a man in a suit behind it, you have to stop the game immediately. The same applies if you see an old lady or a room filled with clocks. Here's a video of someone playing this game, and it's pretty creepy to say the least.
Kitchen, and that's it, pretty much. Do you hear anything?
No.
Go towards the light more.
Go like more like in the center of the kitchen?
Yes.
Alright, I'm in the center now. It's like, now it's like neon white. I'm in a totally different room now. It's all white.
All white? Is there anyone with you?
No. Wait, this dude is just all playing black, man.
Get up! Are you okay? Are you okay?
What?
Are you okay? Bagman? Are you serious? Are you joking?
No.
Oh my god.
What?
He was in the game. Okay. Are you okay?
What? No.
Oh my god.
No, what? No,
What's weird
you
about
slapped the
this
shit out of me.
is that it doesn't explain why you have to avoid these things. Now, you could play the game and find out for yourself, but personally I wouldn't, mainly because I just don't want to come out feeling traumatized, which is something that most people report feeling after playing this game. In the following clip, a TikTok user took an hallucinogenic and began to see things that really creeped her out. Luckily, she was able to capture her reaction on camera.
Play a song. Play a song. Play a song. Play a song. I see you. Play a song. I see you. You're scaring me. Why aren't you saying anything? You're scaring me.
You can tell that she was genuinely terrified. If anything, this video serves as an example of what not to do when you're under the influence of something really strong, which is to not take it by yourself, especially in a dark room. Here's a video of a strange black gooey substance that someone found at a creek. People on Twitter have likened this thing to a symbiote, or more specifically, Venom from the Marvel Universe. In actuality, this is a type of worm known as the bootlace worm, which can produce mucus that's highly toxic to its predators. It can also grow up to 180 feet long, which by itself is pretty unsettling. An employee working graveyard shift is about to clock out until the following happened.
Nope. Boss!
On the bright side, this would be a perfect opportunity to ask for a promotion, or at least an early shift. This next video is a concept video, or an idea of what the rapture might look like.
That's pretty cool.
Obviously it's not real, but the video does a great job at making you feel uneasy and a little spooked. If the end of times were to actually happen though, and it looks a lot like this, then at least we can say we saw it beforehand. A photo of the moon was taken in Brazil on April 3rd. The photo is pretty spooky, as it looks very much like a menacing face. However, as if that wasn't creepy enough, someone commented that the face looks very similar to that of the one in this portrait, a portrait of the fallen angel, aka Lucifer. Doubtless, the resemblance is very uncanny. In Chihuahua, Mexico, there's a bridal shop that many tourists visit. It's not that the store has amazing dresses or phenomenal customer service, not that it doesn't have either, but rather because the store has a mannequin on display that looks way too real to be fake. Many think that the mannequin is in fact an actual body that was preserved by the store owner, well actually the previous store owner. According to legend, Pascuala Esparza, the previous store owner, had a daughter who was soon to be wed. However, on the day of her wedding, she was bitten by a black widow and passed away that same day. Days after this incident, Mrs. Esparza put a mannequin out on display that looked very similar to her daughter. In fact, way too similar. People put two and two together and concluded that it was Esparza's daughter that was out on display and not some mannequin. Although there might be evidence to prove this is otherwise, here's a photo of the hands on this mannequin that look way too real to be fake. As always, what are your thoughts?
Would.
Thanks for watching, and I hope to see you in the next one. Until next time. Rochelle Bonifaire was home alone, lying in bed
Number
next to
2.
her dog. She then noticed that Oz, her dog, was shaking, which according to Rachel can mean one of two things. He's in trouble, or he's scared. Oz wasn't in trouble, so he had to be scared. But what could possibly be scaring Oz so badly to the point where it's causing him to shake? The video she
poor
took
baby.
might explain his behavior.
Buddy, are you okay? Calm down. Shh. Is that Kate? Buddy, what's wrong?
Just pull out the gun.
What are your thoughts on this? Here's a clip of a toy lamb placed on a fridge. Pay close attention to its head, or you'll miss it.
Loki, you son of a bitch. This guy tilting back normal.
Eddie Monster lives in a room above someone else's house. It came to his attention that the room he's renting is above what appears to be another room, as there's a window below his. The odd thing about this supposed room, though, is that according to his neighbor downstairs, it doesn't lead anywhere. They don't have access to this room, and neither does Eddie. However, it wasn't until weeks later that Eddie discovered a way of accessing this room through his kitchen sink. Below his sink, there's a small crevice that leads to this room. Eddie then decides to go inside and explore this mysterious room. However, feeling uneasy, he wasn't able to explore the whole space. But it's probably best that Eddie didn't do so, since his neighbor claims that sometimes he sees what appears to be someone standing by the window. Who knows what Eddie could have encountered had he gone any further. As always, what are your thoughts on this? Lori was in the bathroom when she heard a strange ringing noise coming from nowhere. Here's what she recorded.
Do you ever hear that? Do you ever hear that?
This really spooked her, but as if things couldn't get any more creepy, she recorded this. But the creepiest part about this is the fact that she responded back to this whisper.
I don't know where it's coming from. I don't know where it's coming from.
It wasn't until watching the video that she realized what she did. Someone made a cake and it came out looking like this.
Okay.
If that's not terrifying, then I don't know what is. If anything, this definitely takes the cake for being the most creepy. Footage of paranormal activity was captured on camera. The camera points at a spot at which, according to the person who recorded this, unusual activity occurs.
Jesse, please come take care of the dogs. Sorry about that, guys.
Have a look at the footage. It's pretty creepy.
Yes, please. Okay, is that it? Oh, okay. Is that it? Yeah, fuck your camera. Didn't like that shit.
Let me know what you think. This next video features someone who was working on their laptop when all of a sudden the screen freezes and starts playing this sound.
She looks so mortified. So is Quark.
Most people think that she might have been hacked, as it sounds like someone breathing heavily on the other end. If that's so, then it's probably a good idea to cover up the camera. The last thing I'm sure she would want is someone stalking her. Someone found a mysterious file on their phone. They had no idea where it came from. They tried opening the file, but couldn't, as the file was in a format that couldn't be opened. They then decided to convert the file using an online converter. The conversion was a success. It converted the file into an MP3 format. However, doing this was a mistake, for the audio they heard in this file has left them feeling unnerved. Here's what they heard.
Oh my.
In a world ravaged by a mysterious villain and his terrifying goons, the fate of its
Thalassophobia is a certain type of phobia that involves an intense fear of deep bodies of water.
The
reason as to why people
think
have
H.P.
such a fear
Lovecraft had
is not because of the
thalassophobia?
water itself, but rather what lurks
No,
beneath
I'm
it.
good, honey.
And there's no better way to illustrate
Put 'em
this
back.
than with the following video.
Holy shit.
Sleep recording apps, although helpful, can be pretty terrifying. Sometimes you end up with a recording that consists of you snoring throughout the entirety of the video. But there are times in which you might record something that isn't just you snoring, but something else. Something really creepy. Here's what someone recorded on their sleep recording app.
Alright.
The Amazon rainforest is definitely one of those places I plan on visiting before I kick the bucket. However, it's videos like these that make me reconsider the thought of going to such a place. A man is recording his surroundings when all of a sudden, after pointing the camera to himself, he records this.
Suadeira, não tá saindo nada. É nóis. Tá porra, cara!
Yeah.
While being away from home, Ben Tennyson had set up a camera in his room. The reason as to why he set one up in the first place isn't clear, but after watching this video, Ben had more than enough reason to record his room.
Where are you? Shit, these videos make me want to go out and get some white sage.
It's probably in his best interest to get rid of the whole place. I'm sure no one would want to stay inside after seeing this. While being home alone, someone recorded the following. Hopefully it's not someone pretending to be a cat. But if it actually turns out to be a cat, then at least this video ends on a good note. I'm sure there's some people out there that would be happy to get a free pet. But what do you think? What would you do if you heard this in your own home, assuming you don't have a cat? Let me know down below. Thanks for watching, and I hope to see you in the next one. Until next time.
It's pretty good.
Recorded this. Someone was home alone when they recorded this.
Where's he blasted through these? Who's in the other room? The door's closed.
Pues sí está abierta.
Was closed.
Y pues de este lado igual, el baño está abierto. Ay, güey, están tocando la puerta.
Hello?
Those who've watched this couldn't help but shake their head after the person recording opened the front door. There's a superstition that states that if you open a door after hearing somebody knock and you don't see anyone there, you've most likely let in something malicious, an evil entity. Whether you believe this or not, the video itself is undoubtedly pretty spooky. As always, what are your thoughts? A toddler was playing in her room when all of a sudden, she sees something that scares the living daylights out of her.
And she's out.
It's unclear as to what she saw that terrified her, but after rewatching the video, it becomes apparent that what she saw was most likely something paranormal, as a rocking horse begins to rock on its own. What are your thoughts on this? A photo was taken at the Queen Mary, and in this photo, something really creepy was captured.
Okay, look, zoom in.
Because I'm going,
zoom in.
what's that on his shoulder?
There's a hand on my shoulder. That's a hand. Do you see the creases?
If anything, this definitely adds to the belief that the Queen Mary is one of the most haunted places on Earth. Here's a mysterious creature that was found in the mudflats of Japan. In actuality, this creature is known as the green eel goby, or as the Japanese call it, warasubo. It is a type of fish that's commonly found in the Ariake Sea of Japan. Although very creepy, it is still nonetheless very tasty, as those who've tried this can't get enough of this foreign delicacy. But what do you think? If given the chance, would you try this? Let me know down below. Someone at work encountered something pretty spooky. Pay close attention to the spot right here, or you'll miss it.
Okay. Her hand lotion. Oh, yeah. It's just organizing itself.
Now that's
you
weird.
Organize yourself, desk.
Although this next segment is somewhat humorous, it is still nonetheless very creepy.
We don't have food and we can't go out. I have an idea.
Nice.
Funny, but yeah, pretty creepy. There are countless videos out there of people's pets acting strange, and each one is just as creepy as the rest. That being said, this next video is no exception to that notion, as what's captured in it leaves you feeling spooked.
Yeah, because we trust dogs. We trust dogs more than anything.
Crystal Connor made a disturbing discovery after having cleaned underneath her bed. She came across what appeared to be tally marks or scratches on the floor. Although no one knows who or what could have done this, she can't help but think that this might have been the doing of something malicious. Whether it's scratch marks made by something unholy, or someone who was trapped in this room, counting down the days until they were set free, one can only imagine what it might have been. Jess is a mother of one who looks after her child with the utmost care. With that said, it came to her attention that sometimes her child would act up for no reason. This baffled Jess, as she knew her child very well. It's very unusual to see him misbehave when there's nothing provoking him. What could possibly be causing him to act up when clearly there's nothing bothering him?
Telling you, man.
Jess was set on finding out by recording her child whenever she wasn't around. Every night, she would leave her phone in his room with the voice recorder on. She wasn't capturing anything to explain his behavior. But then, after one night, she captures this.
No. No.
Huh. All right then.
What are your thoughts on this? There's an oil painting that the internet can't stop talking about. The theories abound on this painting, as rumors state that the painting was made in blood by the artist, who later took his own life after finishing the piece. It's hard to determine whether or not the painting was actually made with his own blood, as no one has inspected the piece.
I was gonna say.
But it's not that this painting may have been made with blood that's causing a lot of buzz. Rather, it's the fact that the portrait is cursed, for those who've owned it claim to have encountered strange activity at home. Sean Robinson can attest to this, as he currently owns a painting. The anguished man, the name of this painting, has haunted Robinson and his family ever since they brought it home. One night, Robinson decided to record the painting to show others the authenticity of his claims, and what he captures is pretty chilling.
Hello, I've just set the picture of the anguished man back up in the top bedroom. I'm going to record it for approximately 8 hours and see if we can catch some of the activity. As you can see, some of the paint is starting to crack. It's still on its original wooden frame. So I'm going to set up the recording equipment and leave it for approximately 8 hours, and I'll leave the light on.
Okay. Just wants to be alone. That's it. The closing of a door. It's tired. It's just trying to communicate.
As always, what do you think? Let me know down below. Thanks for watching, and I hope to see you in the next one. Until
That's
next
very nice.
time.
All right, buddy. Yeah. So that was Bizarre Bub and Chilling Scares. Ugh. Oh, holy shit. I'm getting tired. I think I'm going to call it early tonight, guys. And I'll see you guys Monday with Little Nightmares 2. And I don't know. I still got to get in touch with Josh about that thing tomorrow, maybe. Who knows? See if I can't get a hold of him right now. Barely keep my eyes open. I'm so tired. Go ahead and turn it on so we could hear the ding. I guess we could watch one more in the meantime. Yeah, let's just go for 4. We watched 1, 2, 3, right?
Listen, if you know that the people
Learn something about hedgehogs. Hedgehogs gotta go fast.
Okay.
Peyton Cardino was lying in bed while using her phone. However, unlike most nights, Cardino was feeling a little uneasy. It might have been the fact that she just saw something in her closet. So, not knowing what to do, as she was petrified by the fact that her closet might be
single
haunted,
eyes fucked me up.
she decides to
I
use
don't
her
like
phone
one eye,
to record.
Cyclops.
Whatever she captures, she thought, would hopefully confirm her suspicion of there being a ghost. She swore she saw a face and wanted to prove it. But, after having pressed record and zooming in, this happens. According to Cardino, the sound was one of her plants falling down. The odd thing about this, though, is that it fell on its own. Although she wasn't able to capture the face she saw, she did capture this, which is still, nonetheless, pretty spooky. As always, what are your thoughts? A staff member at a hospital working late night shift is roaming through the halls when, after
So, funny story, when I was in the military, we used to have these glass, or mirror closet doors, right? And they're like your big, closet doors, that slid back and forth. And for the first few months, every time I'd get up in the middle of the night to go piss or some shit, right? Like, I'd see myself in the reflection of the fucking mirror doors, and it just scared the holy livid shit out of me. Every time, for like a few months. Like, it took a long time to get used to it. Now, I'm thinking about getting mirrored doors for my bedroom and in here.
Going inside a room, this happens.
What is this? Huh.
Had this been something else, like a medical cart or some other medical equipment, it wouldn't have been as creepy. But because it's a wheelchair, it makes you think that it may be something otherworldly. Perhaps the ghost of a formerly deceased patient. As usual, let me know what you think. Here's a video of a spider carrying all of its babies on its back.
Wolf spider.
If you suffer from arachnophobia, then it's probably best to skip this video.
So this spider is carrying all of its babies on it? Those are all babies?
Just imagine lifting your blanket and seeing this after being woken up by a million little spiders crawling all over your stomach. There's no way that I would ever sleep in my bed again or even go back inside my house. Here's a clip of what appears to be a security guard outside a church.
We got
It seems like he's
kids.
searching for
It's not
someone,
a big deal.
perhaps an intruder.
We all know that's what they do.
He continues
They're
to
just good
search
mamas.
until, without noticing, he captures this. It wasn't until rewatching the video that he realized why so many people were freaked out after watching the footage. Let me know what you think down below.
Too.
Ellie Zuck and her family were woken up at 4 in the morning after hearing a few cars pull up to their driveway. This was very strange, as they didn't recognize any of the cars. Who are these people, and why were they all here? She questioned.
Right.
The situation was making Ellie feel very uneasy. Something didn't seem right. To make matters worse, Ellie's home is located in a secluded area. There's only 2 houses on her street, and the rest is just woods. Ellie was sure that something bad was about to happen. But then, moments later, after waiting for something to occur, a stranger knocks on her door.
Who is that? Where'd you come down? Yeah. What is it?
Mom!
What the fuck?
Ellie ends the video here. Could it be that these
She
people
said,
were
"What the
thinking of
fuck?"
breaking inside? Or do you
Maybe.
think they had some other motive?
Maybe.
Let me know what your thoughts are down below. Kathy was playing with her cat when, out of nowhere, she captures this. Listen closely to the audio, as what she captures is a little hard to hear. Have a listen. Shortly afterwards, her cat looks at the closet and stares at it for a while. Kathy was at a loss for words, for she knew that her cat must have seen a ghost. As always, let me know what you think down below. Brandon, Kim, and his friends were at a schoolyard playing basketball. It was late at night, which was perfect, as they knew they wouldn't be kicked out for playing there. No one was there. Nobody. Not a single soul. Or so they thought. While shooting a couple of baskets, one friend sees what appears to be someone peeking through the blinds of an old building. This was very odd, as they were sure the building had been vacant for quite some time. It was upon seeing this that they decided to call it a game and go home. One friend thought of going inside and seeing who or what was peeking at them. Fortunately, he didn't, as who knows what could have happened had he gone in.
Squatters can be very violent.
Chris Davenport had set up a camera in his kitchen to capture the strange activity that's been going on at night. After many attempts at trying to capture something, he captures this.
Do your fucking dishes! God, I have to do it for you every night.
This next segment comes from a father whose 4-year-old daughter told him something pretty chilling. He recounts what his daughter told him in this segment. Here's what he wrote. This past year, my family went on a sabbatical in another country. My daughter, 4, talks a lot about returning to our old house, and something she said recently gave me chills. Daughter, when we go back, can I sleep in mommy's room? Me, no backbone. Yes, sometimes we can have sleepovers, but don't you remember, you have a huge bed to sleep in your room. All your toys are in there, your stuffed animals. Daughter, but that guy, remember? I wake up at night because he's there with me. Me, mentally freaking out. What? No, I don't remember. What man? Daughter, he sits in the corner, he's all black. He doesn't talk. He just sits by me. Me. What? What does his face look like? Daughter. He has no eyes, but I think he has a mouth. Me, in shock. Well, you can definitely sleep in my room. How is she so nonchalant about some terrifying thing in a room like this? There's a vendor online selling masks, most of which are just way too real to be worn around. Here's a clip of him showcasing his product. It's very unsettling, to say the least.
Nice. Sif, no, stop. Jesus. She's only begging for my tacos.
How they're made is quite a mystery. But the real question is who would want to buy a mask of a 13-year-old girl? Regardless, these are some pretty cool masks, but they are still nonetheless creepy. Here's some footage of bats flying in the sky.
In a lightning storm.
The
That's
thousands
cool.
of bats that are flying along with the storm does make for some chilling footage. Andrew Smith was taking a walk in a secluded area when he sees what appears to be a demolished car that may have been in an accident. He approaches the vehicle and sees that no one is inside.
Looks like it's been
But
rummaged
then,
through.
after getting closer to the car, he hears this.
What the heck was that?
What the heck was that? Bing, bing.
But
And our next
as the
contestant
thing
is...
couldn't get any more creepy. He captures this.
Hello? Is anyone there?
Yep, he's gone. Bye.
Where the sound came from is a mystery. Perhaps it was someone inside the car. Who knows? As always, let me know what you think down below. Thanks for watching.
Yeah,
and
Josh
I
ain't
hope to
been
see
on
you
for
in the
over
next
30
one.
minutes, so...
Until
He
next
probably went to
time.
bed. Can't say I blame him. All right. Yep. We get up early. So, all right. Well, I guess next time, guys. Might be tomorrow. I wish I had more of a solid answer. Sorry. But anyways, good night. Bye.